Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. That was one of the most frustrating and worst losses of the year. I think, given the context, the Nuggets have repeatedly shown this year that they have an extremely high ceiling, but their floor is lower than probably any other team that is within their tier. This was one of those games, man, where no one showed up other than 15. And this is not something that you can talk about a lot lately. That's not been the story of the Nuggets a lot lately. But today, legitimately, was one of the worst games for every non Jokic starter that we have seen the entire season, unfortunately. And they chose to do it at one of the worst times of the year. Just a horrible, horrible performance by the Denver Nuggets in total today. And honestly, man, like some of this is you want to be mad and you want to be upset, and I think you should feel that way. But I think the frustrating part is Jokic played an outstanding game today. The Nuggets' best player in the world had an outstanding game today. And the Nuggets didn't really lose the minutes because of what happened when the starters were on the court, despite the fact that they played horrifically tonight. The Nuggets lost this game because of one of the, man, this is crazy. Yeah, I think this is just what it is. This is where we are, man. I think a lot of people, man, like there are so many agendas that are happening tonight. Because of I think Giannis had a good stretch of games today. Like I think he played well in stretches. Like, let's be 100% honest, bro. Like Giannis shot today 11 of 23 from the field versus one of the worst interior defenses in the NBA, and the Nuggets couldn't capitalize. Damian Lillard today had 19 points today. He was 5 of 9 from the field, and the Nuggets can't capitalize. Like today was asinine. And Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., honestly, I'm aghast with how bad today was. I'm aghast with how bad Michael Porter Jr. was today. I'm aghast with how bad Jamal Murray was today. I'm aghast with how bad Aaron Gordon was today. And this is just incredulous to me that we're continuing to be in this world where Jokic can give you 32, 14, and 10. He's 13 of 16 from the field. He has an 84% true shooting. You're doing anything and everything when he's on the court, but nobody can capitalize whatsoever. This team's ceiling right now is probably a second round. And I think what the issue is that there's no true reliable force on this team that you can consistently get into besides Nikola Jokic. And you see this time and time and time and time and time again. Why are they consistently falling on their faces around the best player in the world? I mean, if I take you through a stretch of this game where the Nuggets had multiple open looks, the Nuggets missed 4. Jokic should have had 14 assists going into the fourth quarter. Wide open. I'm talking about wide open layups. 4 missed layups today for this team. Multiple missed open three-pointers for this team. Michael Porter Jr., 4 of 21 from the field. What are we doing? Jamal Murray, 9 of 20 from the field. Michael Porter Jr., 5 of 22. 5 of 22. Jamal Murray, 9 of 20, which is okay. Aaron Gordon, 4 of 13. Christian Brown, 5 of 11. And then the conversation in the narrative shifts to Joker somehow, and I'm just aghast. Genuinely aghast Yeah, man. I think it's wraps. Like it's honestly, like if this is just what it's gonna be, like, yeah, we just got to keep moving. Like, I mean, there's really nothing else to say. There's really nothing else to say. Like, I just don't understand how we're in this place where we are continuing to just allow for this team to be weighed down by inconsistency time and time and time again. I'm honestly like incensed by how today went. You know, I just think that we're at a place now where I think we're just at a place now, man, where people are just going to be like, you know, for me, it's agenda town at this point because the Nuggets are horrible. Like, I just they're not the team they should be. And I think this should have been a very comfortable win for the Nuggets, given how they came into this game playing versus this team and playing versus the Bucks. The Bucks are a decent team, but they are not great. The Nuggets had 68 paint points today, and they had 24 second chance points today. They had 32 fast break points today, and they lost because they shot 26.5% from the free throw line. Do you know how embarrassing it is to dominate a game to that degree and then to not be able to pull it out and perform and hit open shots? Like, this is crazy. And they lost. Lost. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it just is what it is. Like, if this is how it's gonna go, if they're gonna be bad, then this just what it's gonna be. Yeah, you know, this is just a agenda game. I get it. MP13. I know people like MPJ, but the level of engagement can solely be dependent on his shot falling or not. He's not completed enough player to warrant that percentage of the cap for this team. Look, I'm here for it. Like, it's not. They didn't have a reliable number two option today, and that includes Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook had some really good moments in the first quarter. His second stint was horrible, which is why he did not touch the court seriously for the rest of the game. It was that bad. Russell Westbrook had an abysmal third quarter. Abysmal third quarter. Russell Westbrook had a good stretch though. He was 10, 6, and 5, but he was 4 of 13 from the field. And him and Aaron Gordon had a series where they missed 6 shots in a 3-minute span where no one else shot the ball but them, and Michael Porter Jr. missed a layup. They had 6 missed shots. Russ had 3 missed three-pointers that he didn't have to shoot. Aaron Gordon had 2 missed three-pointers and a missed dunk. And then on top of that, Michael Porter Jr. had a missed layup. Like, we're not even having real basketball conversation. That is foolery. What happened over the stretch of those possessions? So again, man, like the Bucks, they won, but like they shot 47% from the field. They shot 41% from 3 and 14 to 31. The Nuggets shot 9 of 34. But guess who missed the shots? Like, they're shooters. If Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are combined for 13 of 42 from the field, you're probably going to lose. It's really that simple. I mean, you're probably going to lose, unfortunately. And so it just is what it is. Like, I really don't know. Like, there's no fixing kind of where this is right now. I think that this team will compete and they'll push some people in the playoff run. But I mean, at this point, y'all, like, I'm just trying to be honest with y'all and myself that they're a second tier team, but they have so many deficiencies with this roster, including defensively. Including defensively. Like, it's just silly, man. Like, so you have players that aren't finishing offensively. They're not finishing plays next to the best offensive player in the league. Their floor is completely dependent on what that player does for them. Their ceiling is completely dependent on what that player does for them. And then the other side of this is, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not even doing anything. Like, again, people are constantly going at this whole narrative with Joker defensively. Again, we know, like, he's not going to be an elite defensive player. That's a part of the issue with the team. Everyone understands this, but it's like, go be the best offensive player and do this. They had a 105.7 offensive rating today, and they missed everything. They dominated in transition. In the half court, they missed everything. Literally missed everything. So I don't know, man. I think at this point, I'm just kind of like, look, it just is what it is. Like, whatever ends up happening with this team, then that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be frustrating because obviously you're getting all-time great season from Joker, who had another all-time great game, who performed very well today. But 68 paint points for Denver, 24 second chance points, 32 fast break points, lost. That's just not the way it typically works. Like, if you win on those margins, then you're supposed to win the game. But if you're gonna miss everything, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. They lose this game. Let me add this up. So Jokic was 13 of 16, Jamal 9 of 20, Porter. So that's all right. So we got 14 of 22, and then we got 14 of 42. And then we got 18 of 55. And then we got 23 of 66. The non-Jokic starters were 23 of 66 from the field. And almost half of their looks were open. Yeah, man. It is what it is. If this is what Booth and them want to deal with, this is just silly to me. If this is what people want to deal with, and this is just going to be the narrative, I just think there's clear distinctions in how this game was played today and who they had around them. But it is what it is. I think at this point it's just kind of like there's nothing. I don't know what else Joker could do with this roster and with this team at this point. And so it's just up to them to try to finish out the rest of the season, win 50 plus games, see if you can get the 2 seed, and then see what happens from there. Mr. Squidget Nugget, no way we play the C's like this. What's the plan? Swipe? I don't know. They don't want to defend. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, if it's gonna be on Jokic to be all of everything, then we're in playland. We're not in reality. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're not in reality. If it's gonna be up to him to be the best defender on the court because Murray, Porter, Gordon, Brown, and everybody else can't do their job, then cool. Like, we're not having actual basketball conversations. How do we do this to ourselves? Like, why can't we win? 23 of 66 from the field for the starters, like wide open shots. Like, I don't know enough to tell you, I really don't. Like, it's like Malone can't do anything about what's happening either. So it just is what it is. Like, they're missing shots. They're not performing. But that's going to do it, y'all. I'm about to go on Lockdown Nuggets, so make sure y'all go on Lockdown Nuggets. Me and Ryan Black, we're going to go in a little bit, but I'll see y'all in a little bit.